Howdy folks, it is your friend Fishing with Dom, bringing you another weekly Friday fishing tip video. And this week I'm going to teach you how to tie a Palomar knot. Now the Palomar knot works great with braid. In fact, this is the only knot I use with braid because it's so thin, it's so smooth. This is the only knot that really seems to stick because it's wrapped around the hook so well. Now, my braid of choice right here, I have 40-pound trilene braid. I just saw this. I can't remember why I exactly bought 40-pound, but what the hey, it works. And I am going to tie it twice today. Once with a bare hook, once with an Arky style bass jig. And hopefully you're going to learn how to do this because I know how knot tying can be. It gets a little complicated sometimes. Now you're going to put your line through your hook, through your eyelet, just like that. And you're going to make sure you have, I'd say sometimes, if you're a beginner, don't be afraid to lose a little bit of line. Let's use 7 inches just for added security. And then you're going to take your tag end line and go back in through that hole. So you have, oh, almost lost it there. So you have your end and your line going back to your spool, and then you have a loop right here. And here's what you do. Make sure your loop is big enough, and you're going to take this loop I have right here, and you're going to grab it and go up to these two main lines, the end and the line going back to your rod, and you're going to take that loop, make a circle just like this, and push it through. So it looks just like this. We have, if you can see that right here, we have a loop right here. We have the hook, and then we have the eyelet of the hook with 2 lines going through it. Now once you push this loop through, you pull the loop down over your hook. Just like that. So before you tie her down, this is what it's going to look like. Now when you're cinching it down, make sure you pull both lines evenly so one side doesn't get tighter than the other. I'm going to pull down my main line. Ooh, yeah, there we go. She is stronger than ever. Let that focus in. That's not breaking. That's not going anywhere. Got a couple of extra inches of tag line. That can cut off no problem. But that's a really, really good Palomar knot. Not going to break. Got my Leatherman tool. I'm going to cut that off. Save this hook for a different day. Now, something a little bit more practical. I have a bass fishing jig. I fish a lot of jigs with braid, a lot with fluorocarbon, but when I'm throwing it up in a heavy cover, I make sure I'm using a braid just because it's the kind of person I am. I really like braid. Now, same story, just like I did with the entire hook. You're going to take your jig, we're going to moisten that a little bit. We are going to put that through the eyelet, and because the jig's a little bit bigger than the hook, because we got the skirt on it, we're going to give it about 8 inches. And then we are going to take the tag end and go back into the hole we came out of. So we have a loop, the line going back to the spool or your reel, and then your tag end. And just like before, I'm going to take this loop. It actually works better if you pinch down your tag end. I'm going to take this loop, bring it around, and then pull it open. So that loop already went through this hole, and I made myself a big enough loop to put over the entire jig and the skirt. If I can get that last fiber. And I'm going to cinch it down nice and tight, just like that. I'm going to cut off this tag end. And there we go. Just like that, got yourself a Palomar knot. One of the strongest knots on the market. I couldn't break this if I wanted to. The line had cut my fingers to the bone if I tried hard enough. Excellent way to tie barrel swivels onto braid, to tie lures straight to braid, and not worry about your knot giving out whatsoever. If you're hung up on anything and your line is strong enough, you're either going to bend out your hook or pull your setup out of the log or out from under a rock, whatever it may be, before this line gives out. But there we go. I hope you learned successfully how to tie your own Palomar knot. If you have any comments or video suggestions for future ideas, please let me know. I'd appreciate it very much. Thank you for watching Fishing with Dom. Have a great day. Bye-bye.